what our kids are doing, but maybe the bigger question is what they're watching us do, from how we handle stress to how we talk about our bodies, our money, even our neighbors. Kids are taking notes on all of it. Here to help us see ourselves a little more clearly is nationally recognized psychotherapist, Dr. Robbie Ludwig. Welcome, Dr. Robbie.
Hello there.
All right, so I'm experiencing this firsthand because my kids are 8 and 10 now, and they're formulating these crazy personalities, and it's the ultimate mirror in your own life is to see yourself in your kids and be like, oh,
yes.
wow, I really am doing things that, I mean, they're sponges.
Yes.
So how much of ourselves are we seeing in our kids?
Well, I mean, I think we will see our behavior occasionally reflected. And we also have to remember that our kids are separate from us and have their own personalities.
Yeah.
But if we see something in them that we do, it's important to take notice of that so that we can make an intervention if we have to.
This is kind of like, I'm a terrible person. I'm so sorry. The phone situation,
yes.
because, you know, parents are on their phones, they're scrolling through, and then all of a sudden the kids are doing it. I'm like, why are you on your phone? But that's another mirror image.
And this is something that we can lose awareness of. We look at our phones and it just brings us in, and before we know it, we are not aware of the people around us.
Yeah.
So the first thing is to be aware of your own tendencies,
yes.
because your kids are mirroring what you do, not necessarily what you say. And so you can say to your kids, hey, listen, if I'm on my phone, call me out on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the same for you, because it is a tendency, and that awareness can get you both to put away your phones. But we want to model, and we want to model, you know, we're not perfect either, but if we call attention to something, we can address it.
It's interesting too, because I tell our kids, I'm on my phone for emails and work.
Yes.
That's it. But when you're not on your phone, you're doing it for more like social media things. You think to yourself, like, what's more important than looking at your, like, you're looking at your phone, what's better than looking at your kids?
I think even sometimes for work, because one thing can lead to another, and so we don't want to give our kids the message that they don't exist, they're not important,
right.
They're not the most important. And sometimes we just need to be aware, okay, I'm putting the phone away, because that way we can focus on what's in front of us. And this really is true for anyone. You'll never find a con man looking at their phone. They're always looking at the person
right.
in front of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Anxiety. This is heartbreak, because I've dealt with anxiety my whole life, and now I'm seeing it in my children. And you're like, wow. So handling stress and operating stress in front of your kids, what's some advice about that?
Well, I think it's good to show your kids, if you're having anxiety, that that's just something that you have, and what's more important is how you deal with it. So the sky doesn't have to fall, that we can have anxiety, we can do things to make that anxiety better. So we're being proactive and fixing the problem, taking action, taking one step at a time. And if you notice it in your kids, you can give them permission to do better than you do.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea about parenting, to say, you know what, I'm like this, but I know you can do better, because I'm training you and giving you life skills.
We're all trying to do better than the previous generation.
Yes.
Body image is really important as well, because we're constantly saying, oh, I don't like this about myself. And meanwhile, your child is right there and like, maybe I shouldn't like myself in this way.
And a child will listen to this, and that will become their norm. They'll say, well, if mom or dad is so obsessed with how they look, what does that mean for me? And it puts a great emphasis on the exterior. And so if we catch ourselves doing that, we need to remind ourselves this may be an unhealthy message for our children.
Yeah.
And we want to give them body positivity, and the goal is to be healthy, and we need to remind ourselves of that as well.
And it takes throughout their entire life. I mean, the one thing could just translate their entire lives with their bodies and how they eat and how they treat themselves.
Or some parents might say, why are you not like me? Why are you not skinny like me?
Yeah.
Or I wish I was skinny and young like you. And so we want to give them the sense that the human body and the exterior is a reflection of the interior and life, and that's the best way to move through your life. Just understanding it's who you are. And that reflects on the outside. It truly does.
And love yourself.
Yeah.
We want to do a whole financial piece of how to unscrew up what your parents did with money and how you perceive money. But that's another thing, talking about finances and money and, oh, you know, we can't afford that. Oh, we can't afford this. In front of your kids, that can affect them as well.
Well, yeah, and so it's kind of a mixed bag. Some people say, hey, listen, be honest about your finances, what you can afford and what you can't, and raise kids with financial reality. We don't want to be overly negativistic or make our kids worry about finances, that we can't take care of them. That is the main thing. And if they want to work towards something, have them work towards something. And if it's really a choice, a value-based choice, maybe don't say we can't afford it.
Right.
You can say it's not a priority right now. And right now we're prioritizing camp, or we're prioritizing school clothes, or whatever the case may be. That might be a better way of approaching it.
And it's okay to apologize. If you're wrong, admit you're wrong. Let's do that real quick.
It's all about the repair.
Right.
You know, we're not perfect. We do not need to be. And showing that we apologize and assess that is really healthy for our kids.
I apologize 27 times a day.
Yeah.
To random people. Thank you, Dr. Robbie, very much. Great job.
Thank you.
We appreciate folks at home. We'll put all this information on our website at pix11.com.